What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today I kind of wanted to sit down and have a little chat with you guys on why I personally believe cheating is not going to be resolved anytime soon in the near future when it comes to Call of Duty or honestly any game out there, whether it's Fortnite, Battlefield, Apex Legends. It literally does not matter what game you play, I promise you. Cheating, although these devs and massive publishers are claiming they're upgrading, their anti-cheats and they put so much money into the anti-cheat and they care oh so much, I'm telling you guys right now, there's more to the cheating situation. And I don't know if it's ever going to be resolved anytime soon. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, before we go and dive deep, if you guys are interested in more content just like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here at 8 Eastern Time. And of course, if you guys are interested in any of my live streams, I stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, if you guys are interested, gotta link that channel down in the description of this video. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, over on Reddit, I actually saw a post on the Cronus Zen page, which actually blew my mind away because usually this stuff doesn't pop up on my home page. But this one popped up right here, and I went ahead and went into the Cronus Zen page, and my goodness, the amount of brain rot and BS that I am seeing out of this page is insane. And again, this proves to me that honestly, it doesn't matter what these big publishers do, cheating is always going to be just, a massive problem within gaming until they finally step up and really show that they give a crap. But as you can see right here from Optimal Interview 119, saying, can I get banned? Can I get IP banned on Xbox if I use a Cronus? Or is it just a myth? My goodness. And just look at the responses, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost by Instinct Hunter saying, no, if you're very worried about being banned, I'd be cautious about using things like rapid fire on single fire weapons. Anything that does seem like it could be a macro. The normal aim assist plus anti-recoil is totally fine though for all games. Guys, the words that I want to say right now, but I can't because I'm making a YouTube video and I have to keep this partially clean. But seriously, it's wild how many losers are actually on this planet. How many people who really need to purposely try to ruin others' enjoyments and they are perfectly fine with it. Like these guys are chatting in this section, this Reddit board. Like, this is perfectly normal. Like, they're chatting like you would go to any other Reddit page and look at anybody else chatting, whether they're talking about COD or Battlefield. They don't care. They don't have any worries or any concerns. And guess why? Because none of the publishers or any of these, massive distributors like Sony or Microsoft who make these consoles truly give a crap. They genuinely don't. And that's why there's no fear sparked in any of these souls. Next up here, by an actual moderator over on the page as well. I don't know the name, Jack-o'-lantern? Yeah, sorry, I guess I do know the name. Pure myth. There has been no reports of bans directly related to Cronus use, nor any worthwhile evidence that developers can detect these devices. Worst we've gotten is a hardware block for 2 weeks from PlayStation. Collect Minds got around it pretty quick. PS5 is still a bit of a pain to set up, but no hard block or instant detection on the device to this day. There's a clear disclaimer on the website about using it on Epic Games games. There are a use at your own risk deal. So there are some games out there, some companies who do kind of, go ahead and try to establish a end to allowing players to go ahead and use this type of stuff. But, does it really matter? Because then you have a comment like this by Hey Nice Bell saying, my kid's been using it a very long time. 5 years. Never got banned. Uses it on Apex. And there's also a response to the other post saying they use it a ton on Fortnite. But 5 years, guys. 5 years of using a Cronus to allow them to have an advantage over any other opponent. First and foremost, I don't know if this individual is a woman or a man, but regardless, whether you are the father or the mother, you are horrible at your job. I'm not trying to be, mean, arrogant, any of the above. You are trash at your job for enabling your child to cheat in video games. I know video games might just seem like, oh, it's just a little digital toy. Who cares? Cheating, no matter what way, shape, or form, is idiotic, stupid, and immature behavior. And the fact that you are knowingly allowing your child to cheat is ridiculous. I'm not going to lie. I would never break my kids, anything. I wouldn't snap their PlayStation or chuck their Xbox out the window. But if I found out they had any cheating software, that sucker would get snatched away so quickly. And I got to make it very clear, not just for video games. This goes for absolutely everything. Cheating builds absolutely disgusting character. Disgusting character. And I'm sorry to say, but that kid is probably going to grow up with the worst morals known to mankind. If they think they can just cheat no matter what, they're going to, do this throughout their entire livelihood. But again, back to the main point here. 5 years without getting banned. And same goes for all these other people up in this discussion chatting it up about Cronus Zen. You can even go on Amazon and look this, thing up. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of them being sold every month. I'm not talking about a year or yearly. I'm talking about monthly. There are thousands and thousands of these things being distributed around the world. People are consistently cheating no matter what, and it's a lot worse than people think, and it's a lot easier than people think. Yes, I understand the PC side of things are bad, and they already took one step in the right direction, allowing to, remove crossplay from PC to console, so, console players can play with only console players. And they also need to up their anti-cheat to begin with so they can catch PC cheaters right out the gate. We shouldn't have to report them 50,000 times. Before they even load into the game, they should be caught and they should, have the software found and booted out of the experience. So yes, we need to see upgrades in those departments. But for some reason, I feel like things like the Cronus and the Zim are just completely forgotten about. You never, and I say never, I mean never see any of these top dog publishers or anything talking about this stuff, I guess, besides Fortnite. It's funny because Fortnite's always known for having the best anti-cheat out of the whole crowd. And even on top of that, the Cronus Zen site makes sure that you are wary about loading into those type of games because you could get caught and you might actually have something bad happen to your account. Funny how that goes. But other publishers need to step up to the plate and start taking action because this is just absolutely disgusting. Being able to have a device that allows you to have better aim assist, no recoil whatsoever, basically every skill gap that you have to learn as a player on a controller is instantly taken away once you go ahead and plug in this device and play with it. It's in my opinion, like I said, it's unacceptable. But this is why I personally believe cheating is not going to get resolved anytime soon because you don't see them talking about this. You don't see them wanting to find a solution for this. So at the end of the day, it's not on their radar. They don't care whatsoever. And this is going to continue plaguing pretty much every game out there. Like I said, this isn't just a Call of Duty problem, although it's going to play Call of Duty a lot since it's one of the most popular, franchises out there. So a lot of people are going to gravitate to this game, but this will plague every game you could possibly think of. But ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to go ahead and put this video together to kind of share that, obviously, yes, it's good that some steps are being taken in the right direction for anti-cheat, although I still see all over social media that, Ricochet is not doing his job, tons of cheaters, across Warzone, so on and so forth. For me personally, I haven't seen any in the multiplayer experience, but of course, please go down in the comment section and leave your opinions on what's happening here. I think I've seen at least maybe one in ranked, so, it's something, but nothing crazy for me. But when I go online, I see them all the time, so I don't think Ricochet's exactly doing its purpose. But again, it's good to see that they're pointing in the right direction at least, and they want to try to make this anti-cheat thrive years down the road, I'm assuming, since they just hired a manager for the anti-cheat team. So I think they're just finally taking it serious. But, I'm glad they're trying to stop aimbot and wall hacks and all of the very, crucial cheats that are ruining experiences. But I think that they also need to hyper prioritize the cheats that could be used by directly plugging stuff in to your personal console. These cheats are undetectable. People barely even consider them cheats. Every single time you ask someone what's a cheat, they don't say Cronus, Although I think we all on this channel understand that a Cronus Zen is using, anything that gives you an advantage is basically cheating instead of just using the basic, game itself, or maybe having some paddles to help with movement and so on and so forth. Anything that you got to plug in that's going to help with recoil control and give you extra aim assist is, yes, indeed, cheating. But if you ask someone about, cheats, they're going to tell you aimbot and wall hacks. They're going to say PC is the worst problem. And I get it, because PC is a massive problem. Aimbot and wall hacks is literally the definition of probably the most annoying cheats out there. But again, there's more to it. And when they finally do resolve these type of cheats, what's going to happen then? Are we finally going to change focus? Are we going to shift focus? The thing is, though, I don't want us to wait years down the road to shift focus. I want us to know and see and understand these problems now. So alongside their journey to try to improve this anti-cheat to make sure that walls and aimbot are, stripped and, easily detected now, along that journey, I want them to be prioritizing, making sure they can find out ways to counter, the problems when it comes to cheating softwares like Cronus, whether they have to directly contact, people like Sony or Microsoft. And let's be honest here, Microsoft owns Activision, so they should be stepping up their game as well. Seriously, this must come to an end, and cheats must be destroyed across the board. When I saw that post on Reddit, it just blew me away. I cannot believe how casually people are just chatting it up about literally using cheats like it's nothing, like it's not cheating. It blows my mind. And this is probably happening on a day-to-day basis. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed his video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here to 8 in the Eastern Time. And of course, if you guys are interested in my live streams, I stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, if you guys are interested, gotta link that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.